Living the dream at the last playoff hole, Jamie Payne within touching distance of a Trilby Tour title, and what a way to go after it. Here's Richard Simmers again.
The 18th, again, a very tricky hole, and it's caught some big names out before. I saw Sergio Garcia struggle to a 7 here in the European Open last year. So if you can do that to a world-class player like Sergio, you know you've got a problem on your hands. They played it 50 yards further back off a hugely back tee. Today it's still a strong hole. They're playing it probably around 400 yards or so. But again, the wind is whipping across from the right, and with the lake on the left, you know, that's going to be a factor. But if you can ride the wind a bit with a good drive, then you leave yourself a decent second shot. But then the problem is getting on the right level on the green. The pin today is back right, the green is split into 2 levels, and you do really need to be on that top level to guarantee yourself 2 putts. Anything down the left side, and you're facing a tough 2-putt for a 4.
Tom Muldoon went high, wide and handsome with his tee shot, finding safety out to the right. But just like Malloy Parks, he was never in contention coming up the 18th. Parks out. Muldoon couldn't get that short game going. He was out of it too. So it was down to a 2-horse race. Broad needed this iron shot to actually make it into the air, and it did, but only to eventually make it into the sand. More foul-tasting medicine for the resilient Broad to take. And so the door was now wide open for Payne, along with the chance to live out that dream that we all have, of an up and down for the title in front of the adoring crowd and captured for posterity by the TV cameras. Phase 1 complete, but still some work to be done with his 3rd. Mind you, Broad still had to get out of his predicament, and he did so with an exquisite shot. Just the right amount of pressure applied at just the right time. Over to you, Mr. Payne. 2 for the title from the side of the green. It should have been easy, but winning rarely is. Surely Daniel Broad couldn't keep his hopes alive from 6 feet. Or could he? A truly superb 4 when the chips were down. But the destination of the title was still in this man's hands. This for the championship. It was Jamie's turn to feel the pain. The dream still wasn't reality. Once again, it was more drama from a Trilby Tour playoff, as the 2 contenders headed to the newly designated 19th tee for the shootout, playing back down to the 18th green. Daniel Broad was in nothing to lose territory, and his tee shot was fantastic. Jamie Payne was in a quite different frame of mind, and it showed. A good strike in the circumstances, but no longer the favourite for the championship. With Broad so close, Payne couldn't afford to leave his putt short, and so he gave it a chance. But now he would have to wait on his opponent's ability to handle the pressure. For Jamie Payne, the next 30 seconds would take forever. For Daniel Broad, would the chance to win a Trilby Tour title be too much to handle? The answer was a resounding no. In it went, and Daniel Broad was crowned the Trilby Tour champion of Kent and the southeast of England. Another fantastic close to a Trilby championship, and another very happy golfer. Commiserations to Jamie Payne. We'll see him in action though at the international final later this year. Maybe that will be his day then. For Daniel Broad though, it was time to relive the moment that he surely thought was beyond him today, but his powers of recovery stunned everyone. Just reward for Daniel Broad after a tenacious performance as he collected his trophy from Austin Gravestock of the London Golf Club. Let's hear from our winner alongside his caddy, Chris Reed.
I feel fantastic. There's a point there that I didn't think, I just couldn't hit an iron at all off the floor, and I didn't think I was going to come through. But yeah, managed to find my way back in, and now I feel fantastic.
Did you have to help him through the playoff a little bit?
There's a couple of times, I needed to pick him up a little bit, but
It was the putts, wasn't it?
he's pretty good, yeah, the putting, I told him a couple of lines, but he hit, didn't he? He done well, done really well.
When you came through the gate this morning, Dan, did you think this was ever going to happen?
No, of course not. No, I just wanted to enjoy the day. It was a one-off, never done it before. Obviously we'll do it again. But yeah, I just wanted to make the most of the day, enjoy it, go out, not embarrass myself. And yeah, no, I haven't done that today, so no, fantastic.
From one winner to another next in our shot of the day, we've got a selection for you this week, and proof first up that a shot doesn't have to be good to be amazing. Alan Dickinson with the gravity-defying 360. Putt of the day came from this man, Mick Ribbons, with an absolute corker. But shot of the day goes to our highest scorer here at the London Club, Tom Muldoon, with 42 points, courtesy of his sometimes spectacular short game. And followed, of course, by the traditional Muldoon salute. Here's William.
A bit wet this morning, but the sun came out, the smiles came out, and so did the play. So I really enjoyed today, and quite a lot of pressure on these guys. I paid particular attention to the faces of the guys hitting their shots, and they weren't with us. They were in another world. You could smell the fear on that playoff, and you could also see the guys that are hungry for fame. They were probably the highest handicappers we've had in the playoff, being around 8, 9 and 10. And they played to a good standard of that handicap. So it was good because they were all of a similar level, so it made it exciting. And you know, Daniel Broad there, he lost it on the second hole. It was gone. And what a fight back. It's funny. They've no idea what they've won, even though it's there for all to see. It's not even on their minds. They just want that trophy. They want that win. And it's every time you tell them, and you know you've won. No, they've no idea. And you tell them, they're just absolutely blown away. And I think that's a good description of him today. What a sweet guy. What a lovely guy.
That's all from the London Golf Club, the second stop on the 2010 Trilby Tour. Next week, the tour heads to the Oxfordshire as another sellout field of amateur golfers try to claim those 12 qualification places for the final and to attempt to become champion of Oxfordshire and the West Midlands. For more information on all of the 2010 events, go to www.williamhunttrilbytour.com. We'll see you again soon.
Flights, hotels, car hire. Netflights.com, sponsors of the William Hunt Trilby Tour.